Money in the Bank 2024 is in the books. I don't know how to feel about this show. I feel like I've got more negatives than positives about this show. But we did also hear from John Cena himself on this show tonight. And John Cena shocked the world by announcing that he will be retiring from WWE in 2025. So from all of January all the way to December, he'll be having one final run with the company. So I'm very intrigued in how they're going to be planning John Cena's retirement tour. Are they going to be planning on giving him that 17th world title reign? Are they planning on giving him that 17th title victory? You know, it's theoretically possible. It's theoretically possible that they do. But I guess we will see in due time. But other than that, this show was just not good. I felt like everything on the show was so super predictable. But the only thing I genuinely got wrong was Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker. That was really the only match I genuinely got wrong. Everything else on this show just felt so super predictable that you knew. So the show started with Drew McIntyre winning the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, I don't know why they had to waste the Money in the Bank on this whole situation. I don't get it. Why did we need the Money in the Bank wasted on this whole storyline with Drew McIntyre and CM Punk? It didn't need the briefcase. They did not need the briefcase, and you start to see why. I hate when they involve things that don't need to be involved. I get it. Drew's obsessed with winning the championship again. Drew's obsessed with winning the championship. CM Punk screwing him made sense. But it would have made more sense if he did it at the start of the show. It would have made more sense if he did it during the ladder match itself. People were literally complaining about Damian Priest. All of last year, people were complaining about how Damian Priest is the worst Money in the Bank contract holder of all time, that he took so long in using his Money in the Bank briefcase, and this year Triple H is like, well, since you guys would rather complain about the contract holders holding the briefcase, I'll just have this year's contract winner cash it in immediately and lose. And what do you think happened? The entire community were upset about it. Go figure. Go figure, right? They complain when someone holds it for too long, but they also complain when someone loses it immediately. There's just no satisfying people. But I do agree, it was unnecessary to waste the Money in the Bank contract like this. There was no reason to waste it. You could have given it to Jey Uso. You could have given it to Chad Gable. You could have given it to Andrade. You could have given it to anybody else in that match instead of Drew McIntyre. But instead, you made it so obvious to your fan base. You made it so obvious to your fan base that even I knew this was the outcome. The moment Drew won that case, I immediately knew what was going to happen. He was going to come down during the world title match, cash in, and then CM Punk was going to screw him. Oh, but according to the IWC, the smart fans of the internet world, but according to the internet, AJ Lee was 100% going to be at Money in the Bank. She was going to travel all the way to Toronto. She was going to catch a flight. She was going to get on a plane to Toronto, Ontario, Canada, fly all the way out to Toronto just to push Drew off the ladder. 100% confirmed by the IWC. What is their source? Trust me, bro. That's their source. Trust me, bro. Like, seriously, who in the right mind would fall for that? And I hate to be that guy, and I love, and you guys know how much I would die to see AJ Lee make a comeback in WWE, but guys, can we all just accept she's not gonna come back? Can we just accept it? Can we just accept she's never coming back? WWE have had so many chances to bring her back, but she's never been. This year's Money in the Bank was the perfect chance for them to have her come back, and they didn't. They didn't have her come back. This year's Royal Rumble was the perfect time to do it, and they didn't do it then. And no, Money in the Bank did not, and no, having her come out just to push Drew off a ladder is not a way I would want her to come back. The only way I would be okay with AJ Lee coming back to WWE is it's either a Royal Rumble, a Hall of Fame induction, or she makes an appearance on NXT and does something with Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. Since those two have talked about AJ Lee being their quote-unquote mother. Since they like using the term mother and daughter for wrestlers these days. I know, really lame and really stupid. I know, really lame and really stupid. I don't like it either. Like how, for some reason, fans think Carly Bright from NXT is Kelly Kelly's daughter when Kelly Kelly already has 2 twins. You fools. But anyway, I didn't fall for that bullshit. The point I'm making is, I did not buy that bullshit and I didn't fall for it. I knew AJ Lee wasn't going to be there. Why would she fly all the way to Toronto just to do that for? That's just stupid. But AJ Styles flew all the way to Australia to screw LA Knight at the Elimination Chamber, mate. So AJ Lee could do the same too. That's AJ Styles. That's AJ Styles. He was in a feud with LA Knight. CM Punk's not... Drew McIntyre isn't in a feud with AJ Lee. He's in a feud with CM Punk. Makes no sense. You're just delusional. That's all it was. Fans were just delusional. That's all it was. It was delusion, and they just wanted it to happen. Can we all just agree that AJ Lee is not coming back? Can we all just accept it, please? She's not going to. And that is why this year's Money in the Bank was wasted. They wasted it for no reason. Why did Drew need to win it? And the briefcase didn't need to be involved in this feud. So Triple H has literally gone from... Literally had the Money in the Bank get wasted just because the fans complained about it last year. Because they complained about Damian Priest holding it for too long. So now, he's like, well, let's get rid of it completely. Let's get rid of it this year. Let's just throw it away immediately this year. Sami Zayn would go on to defeat Braun Breaker. Now, here's the thing. This outcome was definitely surprising to me for one reason. Because they've built up Braun Breaker so strongly over the last several months. They've been building him up so strongly. And then they have him lose to Sami Zayn. Now, I'm not saying Braun Breaker didn't look strong in defeat. He did. But the thing is, this could hurt his momentum if WWE are not careful. This could hurt his momentum if WWE are not careful. The only thing that I could really hope for is maybe they do a rematch at SummerSlam and maybe Braun Breaker wins it then. But other than that, my main concern is that they could end up destroying his momentum. Braun Breaker also got new music. Another new soundtrack for Braun Breaker because everyone hated the current theme he had. Everyone hated the current thing he had because hashtag Fire Def Rebel because Def Rebel, are a sin to the wrestling world that apparently even though they deliver banger after banger after banger after banger. But wrestling fans just despise Def Rebel. So yeah, that happened. So yeah, Sammy and Braun had a decent match, and that's really all I can say. That's really all I can say about it, really. Seth and Damien, I've already talked about it because Drew, with the briefcase and all that with Drew. But Damien would end up retaining the World Heavyweight title to pinning Drew McIntyre after Drew tried to cash in because of CM Punk. Because of CM Punk getting involved. Again, wasting the Money in the Bank contract. Absolute waste. Now, Drew's not the worst Money in the Bank contract winner of all time. I still give that honor to Austin Theory because he tried to cash in on a mid-card championship. You cannot call yourself the worst Money in the Bank contract holder if you tried to cash in on a mid-card championship. Losing your briefcase immediately. You know, that's the thing about the whole thing. People always talked about superstars winning the briefcase and then cashing it in immediately. How every single person who had cashed it in immediately won the title. Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Kane, and several other superstars that did it. Liv Morgan. The fact they kept talking about how every single person that has won Money in the Bank cashed it in on the same night and successfully won the title. And then just to see them just have Drew McIntyre lose, it's just too funny to me. Like, you were going on all night about how Dean Ambrose, Bayley, Alexa Bliss, and Kane all cashed in on the very same night to win their respective titles, just to have Drew McIntyre be the one person to cash in on the night and lose. Too much irony in this company, I swear to God. There's too much irony in this damn company, I swear to God. They do these things on purpose. So the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, I can't tell you guys I really liked it that much. But here's the thing, the one person I did not want to see win this match was Chelsea Green. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy. I'm happy that Chelsea Green did not win, and yes, I know Tiffany Stratton is not the best option either. But when it comes to, you know, here's the thing. What they're doing with Tiffany Stratton is the definition of shoving a wrestler down the fans' throats. And this is what I've been talking about for a long time. My main concern is when WWE is so high on someone, they will shove them down the fans' throats. But of course people say, well, fans like Tiffany. Fans like Tiffany Stratton. Don't you see how over she is? Well, yeah, fans may like her for now, but that's the problem. Whenever you start liking someone, the WWE are going to see this, and they're going to start shoving that wrestler so far up that it will get to the point where the fans start getting sick of it. It happened with Becky Lynch. People can't stand Becky Lynch now. People call her Becky Hogan. That's what happens when you shove a wrestler so far down the fans' throats, it gets to the point where fans get tired of it. Tiffany Stratton is going to be heading down that path probably in the next 2 to 3 years. Maybe even 4. Maybe even less. That's my only problem here. Yes, I prefer Tiffany winning over Chelsea, but I would much rather Naomi win. So that way, because since they're building to a Naomi heel turn, why couldn't you just had Naomi win the briefcase? And then you have her tell Bayley that she won't use it on her. She'll use it on Liv Morgan. And then bam, she turns heel by using the briefcase on Bayley. Makes perfect sense to me. I'd rather that than Tiffany being champion, you know, so early on in her career on the main roster. Definition of shoving a wrestler down the fans' throats by pushing them so hard, so early. And And that is why I don't, and that was my biggest problem with Roxanne Perez as well in NXT. But hey, I don't run the company, what do I know? And then the main event, the ever so boring main event that no one wanted. The Bloodline, as usual, main eventing these stupid pay-per-views. They take on Cody, Randy, and KO. And what do you know? Solo Sikoa pins Cody Rhodes and wins the match. And now he's guaranteed a championship match because he's beaten the WWE champ. It is pathetic that Triple H thinks Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa is a main event worthy match. It's a joke. It's a joke that he thinks this is a match that fans want to see. It's a joke how he thinks this is the match that everyone wants to see. No, we want to see Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. No one buys Solo Sikoa as a main event level superstar. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. And this is why, and people wonder why, I can't enjoy WWE now. And people wonder why I'm always so negative. Because Triple H always pushes the wrong people that are not, they're either not ready for the main event, or they're not main event worthy. And that's really all I can say about this pay-per-view. The John Cena retirement thing was really the only highlight for me, because I'm very looking forward to seeing what they do with John Cena going forward. And I really hope John Cena honors his retirement, unlike other certain retired Hall of Famers that said they retire. So thank you all for watching. Hit that thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. And I will see you all in the next video.